The motion, as amended, carries.
And with that, the decision has been made. The federal government will be conducting a study into the $1 billion loan BC Ferries received from the Canada Infrastructure Bank to finance the purchase of 4 new electric diesel ships from a Chinese shipbuilder. BC Ferries has been scrutinized since it announced it hired China Merchants Industry Weihua shipyards to build 4 new ships following a 5-year procurement process.
Why are they funding projects that are taking jobs from Canadians and giving them to countries with much lower labor standards, much lower environmental standards, and much lower ethical standards?
BC Ferries says there were no Canadian bids for the project, but today the focus is on Ottawa's role contributing a $1 billion loan to the deal.
Imagine my shock, Mr. Chair, that we learned that during a time of unjustified steel and aluminum tariffs, where people are receiving pink slips for their jobs because of these American tariffs, that we find that they find that their own government is actually using their tax dollars to subsidize jobs and economic activity outside the country.
Victoria's MP agrees there should be a study conducted. Will Greaves says he hopes the committee goes into it without preconceived notions that he felt he heard today.
I think it is disappointing to see our colleagues opposite making very familiar political points, using as a whipping post what is in fact a critical piece of infrastructure in our province of British Columbia.
BC Ferries says its loan from the Canada Infrastructure Bank is saving BC taxpayers up to $650 million for the project. And while it would still build the ferries without it, it would mean higher fares for customers or higher investment from upper levels of government. While the Premier didn't have much to say about the incoming study, he did say he has spoken with C-SPAN to ensure the next round of vessels are made in Canada.
It's an important piece of work that we're embarking on together, so I'm looking forward to that work, and the federal government will have an important role to play, and I hope they step up to that given the level of interest.
The study into the current deal will include testimonies from Transport Minister Chrystia Freeland, Infrastructure Minister Gregor Robertson, and the CEOs of BC Ferries and the Canada Infrastructure Bank, which will be scheduled within the next 30 days. The committee will debate next steps in its study once the testimony is complete.